JB Guitar Tutorials. Thanks very much for joining me, those of you that are returning, and welcome to those of you that are new. This is the last video in a series of 5 videos with which I started by teaching some advanced tab techniques, hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, and I've sort of been teaching you guys some riffs that use some of those techniques. So yeah, this is the last one in that series. For those of you that are total new beginners that are coming to this video, this probably isn't the video for you. Please feel free to check out my previous series of videos where I did 5 sort of tips and tricks to total newcomers of the guitar, and 5 sort of beginner tunes to learn for guitar. This one we're going to be looking at today, this riff, is Icky Thump by the White Stripes. I think it's a great riff. For those of you that have watched my other videos, you know that I normally like to play to a metronome, but I'm not going to today just because this is during sort of a breakdown of the song, and White Stripes is sort of a band that quite often doesn't stick to a rigid BPM because the sort of drummer follows the guitarist and it's all a bit. So I'm just going to play it for you as it is at full speed, and then I'll break it down for you. So this is Icky Thump by the White Stripes. So that is the riff in its sort of entirety. I just repeated it a couple of times, so it's not actually that long, I just repeated it. Alongside me you'll get a tab that pops up so you can sort of refer to that as I'm speaking about what I'm playing. So we're starting on the 5th fret of the D string. And we're sliding up to 7 on D. So, and then going back down to 5 on the D. And then we're sort of pulling off to the 4 on the D, and then pulling off the 4 to a 0 on the D, so open. So it would sound like this. So notice how slide, pull off, pull off. So we go, then on the A string, 5, 4 on the A string, then 5 on the E. So we've got okay, and then we do a G power chord. So we've got and then E. So that's the first part of the riff together. You'll see it along the tab next to me. Feel free to pause it at any point just to pick up what I'm doing and play along with what I'm doing. And then we start off with the same shape, so we go 5 on the D string and slide up. So the second bit of that riff starts off the same. We've got the slide and the pull-offs. So we go, then 7 on the G, 6 on the G, and then back to 7 on the D. So that goes. And then we go back to the G power chord, and then back to the E. So the second part of the riff sounds like this. So we 7 on the G, 6 on the G, and then back to 7 on the D. Okay? And then we just repeat the first section of that riff. And then we repeat the first section of it again. Just those notes. And then we play those chords along with it. The chords are 5 on the A, 7 on the D, 7 on the G. And then we've got 7 on the A, 9 on the D, and 9 on the G. and that is Icky Thump by the White Stripes. The tab will come up alongside me for you guys to play along to. That was just sort of going through it together, learning which bits are which, and just for something for you guys to actually hear what it should sound like. Because quite often it's easy to read the tab, then you're sort of trying to hear what it would sound like if you would play it. It can sometimes be difficult without somebody showing you. So that's just what that was. Thank you very much for joining me. For the next 5 videos, I'll be looking at some sort of harder riffs and harder melodies to play. Just going through them with you guys and showing you some tabs. So thank you very much for joining me for this series of videos. Please feel free to check out the link in the description to my Facebook page. And if you feel like you liked what you saw or learnt anything from that, then please drop a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time.